Welcome back, everybody. It's Captain Dennis with Squalus Marine, and you can tell by the weather we're not sure if we're going diving today. This is what it was like before we left in the morning, and considering there's a quickening right above the airport, we weren't sure what we were going to do. So we did end up going, which is nice. You can see it cleared up quite a bit. Still a little windy, but we're heading out today to do another wreck called the wreck of the Niobe Corinthian. I hope I'm saying that right. If I'm not, I'm sure the internet will tell me. So here we are on the swim platform. We're going to get in the water and check it out. Now, this vessel was an old oil rig tender in the Gulf of Mexico for one of the big oil companies. And then some guys got it and they turned it into a casino ship, and that turned into a hot mess. And they got raided and there was all kinds of stuff and they were gambling off. Look it up. I'm not even going to get into it, but let's just check out the wreck. So this wreck is one of the newer wrecks in Bermuda. It was sunk in 2017. And as you can see, we don't have the best viz that Bermuda has to offer today, and that's because we had some weather, and we also have an algae bloom going on, so it's not the best it has to offer, so don't let this discourage you. This wreck is intact, which will allow us to do some penetration diving. Unfortunately, we're in group 4 or 5, so we're not the first people on it, so we're going to have to work through this dive and try and mitigate some of the silt that may be disturbed. And we're going to head down, take a look at the anchor. It's a pretty big one. And then we're going to move along the port side, heading aft. Go below the wreck, and you'll see what we do. You're on it. You're in it to win it with us, folks. So I can't help myself from sticking my head in here and seeing what we can see. So we're slowly making our way aft. We're going to pop down to the second deck. And one of my favorite things to do is to do the Death Star trench move. So now you can see inside the middle of the ship, and you can see there's a few divers in there raving till dawn. Just kind of like a laser light show in there. So our plan is to go into a different deck in hopes that it won't be as disturbed. But first, I'm going to go past these bits and then descend under the stern and take a quick peek at the rudders and the props. See, you got those massive rudders. I'm guessing that's a swim platform. No dive ladder, though. And get a closer look at the wheels. Here we've got the drain plug. And as we move up, we can see the zincs have seen better days. And there was a little area to kind of poke your head into. And if somebody left the phone off the hook. You can see that they've got some lines tied to keep the rudders from moving during the descent. This was sunk intentionally to be an artificial reef. So now we're going to start to ascend, and we're on the stern. We're on the starboard side, and we're going to start making our way forward. We were going to move inside, but saw that cloud of stuff, and I'm awfully familiar with clouds of stuff. from diving in the Sound. So we're just going to hang up here on the second deck. Or, I don't know, the one that doesn't have the clearest of the two. So here we are inside. We're going to move a little bit aft and poke our heads in some of these doorways. And we found a bathroom at Cuatro de Baño for our Spanish viewers. So we go check the other side. And oddly enough, it's another bathroom. So I'm assuming it's the ladies' room because it's much cleaner than the last one we were in. Camera shy fish. So you can see there's a kind of a smokestack area, I guess you could say, where the exhaust would come out. I'm going to keep that above the passengers. And then on either side, you had some cranes. I don't know if we can get a VFD on that, but we'll take some pictures and send it in to Dave. We're going to take a brief swim over the stacks. Nobody living down there currently. But there's some little guys zigzagging in between. And we're going to keep moving forward. So now we're just after the pilot house. That's where all the big decisions are made. I'm going to poke our noses in this hallway. See a little bit of silt, but it's not the end of the world. So here we are going up these couple of steps, and we're in the pilot house. Over here you can see the helm. Steering wheel has since been removed. And here's the helm with a little bit more light. So as anyone else would exit the pilot house, we're going to go out through the front window and peek over, take another look at the bow from the top side. So we're on the very top of the ship, and there was a really cool spotlight. And it appears that there's some coral taking root here. Another look at the marine life growing on the spotlight. And one last look at the spotlight before we make our way back up to the surface and see our friends on the boat. So we hope you enjoyed diving with us today on the Corinthian, or the Niobe Corinthian. We'd like to thank Dive Bermuda for getting us out there and actually going, because I didn't think they were going to go at first because it was a little windy. But that's a big boat, 42 foot, I think. So please subscribe if you like our content. Share it. That's even better. And make sure you hit the notification button so you don't miss any of the action. Until next time, I'm Captain Dennis.